Hey guys, welcome back to JPStreetPerformance. We are on episode 9 of the Franken Yoda build. Again, we're teaching ourselves metal fabrication. Last episode we brought you guys was working on the floor pan on the passenger side. We'll go ahead and show you how that came out. I think it's not too bad for our very first one. Couple things we learned along the way, a couple things we will probably change in the future, but as you can see, these are the beads we made. Our beads line right up with the factory beads. We got Eastwood's coating on there, came out really nice. Couple little pinholes I need to touch up, probably do that from underneath because I still need to clean up the slag because we used flux wire on this. But yeah, so today, you guys, we are going to continue on with our metal fabrication, and we are going to go ahead and start to work on the driver's front floor pan. This one we'll probably do in multiple sections. But you can see here we got this corner, so that's going to be a very intricate corner. We're going to really have to learn and teach ourselves how to make a multiple radius using hand tools and the bead roller. We got some rot up here. None of this is through, but I think we might repair that anyway. Repair that, repair this. We got holes here. It looks like somebody had a different seat in here at one time. So we're going to work on the driver's front floorboard, and then maybe next video we'll do the rear. The rears have very little. You can see right here, that's pretty much it on the overlapping panel here. So we'll probably rebuild this. I think there's one little spot on there, and the rest of the rear of the car is good. And then we'll really inspect the trunk. But then all the floor metal should be done. We can start to work on the body some, getting it stripped and find out where the rust is. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow for more. Learn as we go. You guys can learn with us. Stay tuned. We're going to start out with this panel. We're going to do it exactly the same way we did the other side because the measurements came out so good. We're just going to lay some masking tape over all this. So in the factory Celica, the gas pedal mount, you can kind of see a little bit that's left is here, and this would be where the swing part up to the lever. We're going to get rid of that because we're going to do a full Willwood triple pedal install on this thing. So for now, I think what we're going to end up doing, it's all surface here, so I think we're going to possibly just come back to this one bead. We'll make this intricate corner. We're just going to start with a little patch panel, and then we'll kind of work our way around. All right, so you can kind of see our drawing here. Obviously, there's not going to be this much material here because we're going to get rid of that hump. So we drew kind of our edges of where we want to make. We drew our arrows there. That'll tell us which outward angle it goes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a digital angle finder. We're going to set it to the angle of the actual floorboard. So we're going to calibrate it to the actual floorboard, set that to 0. And so now, I'm going to hold it, and there we go. So we're at 43.9 for this angle. And grab our pin. .9 degrees, so basically 44 degrees, and we are gonna Oops. And calibrate it again. Okay, and then this angle is going to be see if you can see that, 76.8. 76.8. 76.8. All right. So a lot of you that follow the channel already may have seen the shorts or may have heard me talking about the new mini fab shop we were putting together. So another reason why kind of all of our projects took a back burner was we were in the middle of building this place. It's a Versatube 21 by 21, somewhere to park the Jaguar motorcycle, but also this is our mini fab shop now. Kind of give you guys a tour before we work any further. But so we got our drill press, our metal saw, our belt sander, disc sander, our bead roller, hydraulic press, a couple of our motors that are just for now sitting there, but that's going to go to the Impala. That's going to go to the 1937 Chevy. It's a 383 stroker. And then this is a 6-liter GM Performance block, brand new LS. Bought it back in 2013. It's been in storage ever since. Never been used. It's brand new. May end up selling that because we're going to be doing a 1JZ or 2JZ. May end up selling it or trading it because it's brand new. But yeah, so a couple motors. We got a couple workbenches, cabinets. There's the CNC plasma table we built on the channel. We got ourselves, I had some scrap parts laying around, so we got ourselves a petcock drain. So we're gonna install this in the bottom of the pan there. Just kind of a little update. Our welding area, cherry picker, air compressor, but we got the lights up. They're dangling right now. So we have no power in here yet. We got some of the electrical boxes, and the conduit goes through the floor over to the other shop, so we're going to tie into the big shop. But yeah, so anyways, let's get back to work on this Frank and Yoda build. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a grand tour because I know I have been talking about it, but I haven't really gone through it yet. So all right, so still got our steel plate here. This was the the test run on the JD's Garage plasma cutter, but I kept blowing my breaker because I was running an extension cord. So that problem will all be fixed here shortly. I think we're going to go ahead and use the corner of this panel so we don't have to cut into our other panel. I think we have enough material here, so let's go ahead and transfer this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and use this pre-existing corner as our guide, so I don't have to cut as much. I'll lay this down. The nice thing about doing this tape is, one, you can peel it off to correct it, but you can make sure, there we go, that edge is that edge. You can make sure that you have enough material for the bins because you know this went up, so if you lay this flat, it's going to stretch out and give you enough material. And we know we had a bubble in the center there, so we want like that. This one, I want to get it laid as flat as possible, and then we're going to leave that bubble because we know there was nothing there because the floor's rotted out. So this is about the distance we want. Give yourself a little bit extra. I'm going to move these markings over here so I know, just so I don't lose them. 43.9, and 76.8. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our razor blade and we want a nice clean edge here. So this is where the bend's gonna start. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make a line where our bend is. Okay. And then we're gonna sneak the pin through there. Doesn't have to be straight, you just need a general idea. Okay. That's a general idea of where the bend starts. Same thing here. This bend goes all the way through. So, okay. Now that that's done, we can cut out our 1-inch bead. So we kind of know roughly where it's going to sit. Again, you don't have to match your floorboard exactly. I mean, you could reinforce this thing with your own beads wherever you want. I just like the uniformity, even though I'm never going to see it again once everything's covered, but still, I like it. So we're doing it this way. Again, this way worked really well for our last one, so that's why we're doing it again. So, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to loosely draw. Doesn't have to be pretty. We just need to know a rough area of where it's at. Rough area of where the bead's going to be. We know that this corner we're using, this corner we're using, so now we just got to cut across here. Okay. Okay. Last one to transfer. I can use a straight edge, but I'm just eyeballing it. We'll probably cut this straight once we actually go to cut it. But I just want a rough idea of how much material I'm going to need to fix that panel. It goes like that. Okay, now we can pull all of this off. And we now know that, I'll darken this a little bit so we can see a little better. Okay. Check this out. So here we have the part we need to cut out. This is going to be a bin line. This is going to be a bin line. These are going to fold up. Those are going to fold up. This one's going to fold up at an angle. So obviously this material is going to stretch around that cove. And then this is where our single bead is going to go. And then it's going to roll up as well. So next what we're going to do is we're going to try to match up floorboard roll up. We're going to try to match that up so we know what radius we're going to use to help roll this over. And we're going to use our Eastwood bead roller forming die set. So what we want to do is that we have a round tipping die, and we have a 1/2 inch tipping die. Okay, should be this one, 1/2 inch 3/8, yeah. So we'll go out to the car. Pretty sure we're going to end up using this tipping die here with the soft gel to get the roll, but we'll go check. Yeah, so it looks like this radius is going to be the best there. It's pretty long, smooth radius, so I think the 1/2 inch would be too much of a bend. That would be maybe something like this area. This would fit in there better, but for this big radius there, I think that's going to be perfect. All right, so I took this panel, just rough cutted it, rounded all the edges that I'm going to be working with. Don't want any sharp edges, so rounded off all the edges. So I think what we're going to try to do, and I don't know if this is going to work, you guys. Again, learning as we're doing, but this bead has the same bend in it. So I think I'm going to bead roll this first. I'm probably going to English wheel it with the mini English wheel I have. Gonna English wheel it to pre-stretch it before I do the bead, so it's a little more malleable. And then I'll do the bead, and then we'll go in and do the tip-in on each side. This one, the tip-in starts at the line. On this one, I'm gonna need to start the tip-in actually a little bit before this. I just went and checked my panel. So probably about, this is where the actual bend starts, right in here. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting this all worked out, and hopefully it turns into a little patch panel. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we got our bead here. So we're gonna take the mini English wheel again, and we're going to pre-stretch this corner, since we know this corner is going to want to stretch out. So we're gonna really roll this really good to pre-stretch this before we try to tip in these corners here. So. Okay, you can see here, a little mini English wheel. It's got some good pre-stretch in the material. So now we'll start to do our tip-in. Hopefully, I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go yet, so hopefully we can get this tipped in. so this should have been 76.8-ish. We're at 76.4. We're gonna leave it there. I ended up having to use the metal lower so I could get a better bend from this tipping die. The rubber one was just too soft. And then if you look here, what I'll have to probably end up doing is re-beading that little bead on this side. But yeah, so it's looking like a floor pan though, so that's pretty cool. All right, you guys, got this panel pretty much made. Our corner is actually looking pretty good. I ended up using the regular press you guys saw there. I have some round stock steel steel bar, so I was able to get a nice little kind of curve in here to help get this bent up the way I need it. We'll get it fine-tuned. We're gonna end cap our bead here to help the end come down. So it's not the right size. This is actually for a 3/4 bead, but it's all I got. So, but you can see that that just end caps this, makes this come back flush. So we're gonna go do a quick test fit, and I think we'll call that a video. All right. And there you guys have it. So I think that's gonna fit really nicely. We'll finish getting our angles. They look pretty dang good, but we'll finish getting everything squared up a little bit before we install this. But our bead looks good. That corner, it's nice. Once this goes in, that should line up right in that deep corner there. We may have to bend this up a little bit, but for now, I'm pretty proud of for my second piece of metal, and this one was very, very intricate, so I'm pretty proud of that myself. All right, you guys, that is it for episode 9 of the Frank and Yoda build, getting the driver's floor pans built. As you can see, there is so much you can do with a bead roller, with all the different forming dies, a regular press, a lot of just your standard hand tools, and then a bead roller. So like I said, I don't have an English wheel, but I bought an English wheel bead roller, which helps really stretch the metal. It takes a lot of times because you got to do a lot of passes because the bead roller is so small, but it works. So we're gonna call this the end of the episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the content and want more DIY, kind of learn as you go stuff, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave us a comment. Thanks, guys.